ladies and gentlemen. This is Casey Reinerson here at Spearville High School. It's Saturday morning, about 8:15, and I'm preparing to create my video for our AEP 800 class assignment this week. I had planned to have some of my students make a safety video, and this time of year it gets pretty crazy. We got baseball, softball, and track meets going on. And then I got to meet with my tax accountant yesterday morning, which was lovely, by the way, I might add. So anyway, here I am Saturday morning. I'm going to do this video myself. Just going to give you a brief tour around our shop where we do our work here. Kind of start over in the northwest corner. We've got a glue table and some clamps. You can see it's a little bit dirty around, but that's part of the nature of the shop. So we can go around the room. Down in the southwest corner, we've got a few different tools, a bandsaw, mortise and tenon machine, planer, a couple gun cabinets for the students. Kind of continue on to the south here, we see there's a few dressers over there some students are making, table saw, radial arm saw in the distance there, a joiner. So we move on around, you can see there's a shed down in the southeast corner of the shop that the construction class is building for an elderly lady here in town. Going on around the room, you can see there's some work tables. Coming around to the north here, we see on the wall there's a lot of junk that's thrown out here by our custodians, which is lovely, but that's kind of the nature of the shop. So, and then we're coming around to where we started here. So bear with me, we're going to go ahead and move over to the radial arm saw, where I'm going to do a demonstration on safety and how to properly use this. So bear with me, hopefully there's no accidents here this morning, because I'm the only one in the shop. So if you hear screams, I guess call 911. Alright, what we've got here is our radial arm saw. It's got a 12-inch blade on it. Power's shut off to it right now, so I can pull it out and show you a few things. So I lift up this guard here. You can see it's got a pretty large blade that's exposed, so we've got to be extremely careful. I chose this saw to do the video over because it's one that we use the most in shop. Obviously, it's got the power switch here, emergency stop to shut it off, on-off switches, and the handle where we pull it out. When you do pull it out, if you let it go, it's got a retractable belt that will pull it back in just for safety purposes. On the table here, you can't really see, but there's some black lines, and that's our safety zone. With this particular saw, we want to keep our hands at least 6 inches away at all times if that blade is moving. We've got to take all the precautions we can to prevent accidents. We always cut on the forward stroke of the machine, pulling it out. We never want to pull it out, push a board behind it, cut. That's extremely dangerous. As we're preparing to make our cut, I've got my board here, which you can see I'm just going to trim a little bit off. I'm going to line it up with my saw blade before I turn it on. Make sure my hands stay at least 6 inches away from the blade, like I previously stated. I'm going to make sure I'm holding the board firmly down against the table. And let me adjust this a little bit so you can see a little better. I'm going to hold it firmly down against the table, pushing down, and then also back against the fence. I don't want to just hold it here or here. I want to hold it both ways. So when I make that cut, this board's not going to move. And I've got a little scrap piece here that will just fall off. It's very important that you have your hands out of the safe zone and that you're holding it firmly so the blade does not catch and try to jump on the machine. Okay, as I start this up, it might be a little bit louder, so just bear with me here. Make sure we let the blade reach full speed before we begin to cut, and it's done that now, so I'm going to turn my attention to the saw and go ahead and make a cut. Okay, I made my cut. When I was done, I let the saw go back into its stalking position. I reached up over here and I locked the arm. Okay? Now I can't pull that out physically, so it's going to sit there as that blade casually slows down to a stop. I want to make sure that blade's at a complete stop before I leave this machine, just so some other student or somebody else doesn't come up to use it with that blade still moving and not realize it's moving and cause an accident. Thank you for your time this morning. Hopefully you got a little bit out of this video.